Well, hello everyone, and welcome to your weekly Doctor Who watch party. I am, as always, one of your hosts, Kevo. Really, super excited to continue doing this and enjoying this project, and we are super stoked to have back with us again this week my co-host and partner in crime in all of this wacky project, Mr. Dave Chapman. How are you doing, Dave? How was your little week off?
Oh, what's a week off? I've been running
What
amok.
is a week off?
Yeah,
I know you
exactly.
were doing something.
No, I've been taking care of my sister's house and just running amok, trying to get things ready for my trip to Columbus in a couple of days.
Always traveling. That is why, you are such an avid member of the Traveling TARDIS, I suppose, because you are a traveler.
It's true.
And speaking of strangers from foreign lands, or at least strange people from foreign lands, we also have with us, as we have every week, Mark the Candyman. How you doing there, Candyman?
I'm not good. I'm not too bad, thank you. I'm definitely strange, and I would love to be strange. If I ever was normal, please shoot me. I never want to be normal. Never.
No,
I don't think that will ever be a problem.
But yeah, I'm doing good. Another week's gone. To everyone, this is going to be my last live show. I may pop in next week because I've got tickets to watch it in the cinema.
So don't be too sad. He's got exciting stuff to do.
To be fair, it might be my last one. I may not make it next week either. I don't know yet.
Wow, wild stuff. That'll be sad.
I'll be at Origins. So
yeah, that's
true. It's a matter of whether I can find a time and or space to do it. Theoretically, there's a media space, but I haven't got that far yet.
Well, we'll figure it out, I'm sure, because this has been a super exciting season, and I know that we've got a lot of exciting feelings about it, and we are definitely very excited for everything coming next week. We've got the Tales of the TARDIS episode that's going to be dropping on Thursday. Who knows how tonight's going to lead into that. And then the finale, and then who knows for the next 6 months. Hopefully we get something. Hopefully they start announcing spinoffs or giving some kind of news. I don't know.
We just have to watch this space.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I've just been go ahead.
I was going to say, talking about space, we've got we can make a nice little segue to guys in Florida. We've got the Space Coast event. I'm not sure if you've got any videos, pictures of Space Coast. If you're in Florida, I think it's in Melbourne. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Somewhere on the Space
Coast.
None of the Floridians are on this episode.
Typical, you know what I mean? We try to promote the.
Yeah, we will be at Space Coast Comic Con. I think that is there we go. Space Coast Comic Con. Let's get rid of that banner real quick. Nope, that does not help us at all.
Right. I tell you what will help us, Dave. If you go to our website.
Our website?
We have a website. It is in work in progress. Yep. It is called www. or www. I don't know which way you want to do it. The legend of the Traveling TARDIS.com.
Ooh, it's all fancy and stuff.
Yeah, can you pull it up?
I got it here. I'm assuming I go to the events page. And I suppose if I'm doing this, I should do it this way. Hold on half a second here. I should come back over here. And I should hit this. And I should hit that. And I should hit that. And then I go, boom. Oh, look. Now we can see it. Website. Look at all these events. Well, these two events. Wickham Park Community Center in Leisure.
Dave,
Melbourne, Florida.
Can you move the picture on top?
Oh, yeah, the overlay. One sec. I got it.
Thank you.
Okay, so these are all up and coming events, which is the Traveling TARDIS do. If you go down to the very bottom, you will see past events. And if you actually click on the space,
Bleep.
And that tells you all about it if you scroll down.
Kids enter free.
Yeah. You've got postcode. And you even got a map of roughly whereabouts it is and all the information you need.
Nice. You have done some amazing work on this, my friend.
No, like I said, this is still in work in progress. There's still a lot of things we can add to it.
Website is always a work in progress.
Yeah, that's a problem with websites. But we've got other bits and pieces. We've got like the TTL show, which will tell you stuff about who's on, like the hosts and the companions. So we've got all the different people who are part of the. And we've got loads of people down. There's Gadget, Nisha,
Mark,
Ad,
all the way at the bottom,
and there's Kevo and Nico, and all their socials.
Yep. All the peoples.
Tasty cake.
Look, that's me.
It's Mark. Jessamine. Where is she these days? She travels almost as much as I do.
Yeah, she's running around all over the different cons at the moment. I think she's in Telford this week. But yeah, she's non-stop traveling around each weekend with different like cons, looking after people.
Well, if we do something for the Tales from the TARDIS, it would be helpful if she's on, because you two are the only ones with guaranteed access.
Yeah,
the rest of us have to figure something out.
Yep,
possibly.
Definitely, I definitely should be able to do that. I've seen most of the Tales of the TARDIS, which are on BBC.
Yes,
I've seen the bookends, but I'm trying to track down the full, so I can see the serials that are attached to. Because I'm curious why these were chosen.
Yeah,
I really do think that we need to do a deeper dive. We've got a year's worth of content of deep dives.
Yeah, from this season, absolutely
crazy. I've been saying since the beginning that the Tales from the TARDIS are not random. They definitely have been chosen for reasons, or at least the bookends for them have stuff, because they brought up stuff that is very much come up during the season.
Yeah,
so, just little tiny subtle things that at the time just kind of went, oh, okay.
Okay, so the ones we've got is Earthshock. Actually, if I can grab the screen grab of it, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I'll send the message over to you guys. Hopefully. Nope, that's just completely pressed the wrong key and got the source code, which I don't want. Okay, I'm just going to screen grab that.
We've got about 4 minutes and
Don't worry about
change.
Okay.
If I can get that to go away. There we go.
Sega Ages, thank you. Welcome. Glad you're here. We got Andrew's here. Agreed. Normal is definitely overrated. And yes, you are a bit of a lucky devil, Mark.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I saw it, I've got.
We got Earthshock, Mind Robber, Vengeance on Varos. Now, 3 Doctors, Time Meddler, Curse of Fenric, and
there's also something interesting to the stories in here where it was decided that the Doctor may or may not appear in some capacity, and I even mean specifically in some capacity, like in the second story with JAIMIE and Zoe. The second Doctor is suggested to show up at the very end, but it doesn't appear, but that's still specifically. And then there's other ones where it's just people reflecting on the Doctor. Joe and Clyde, there's no Doctor mentioned whatsoever. And so it's very interesting as well that there's elements to which the Doctor is and isn't being included. I don't know if it's a specific choice or it's just an element of it, and these were the Doctors that it fell out on.
Right, I've sent the screen grab to Traveling TARDIS chat.
Excellent. If you want to grab that, Kevo. So yeah, like you can see here, we've got Time Meddler was a first Doctor story, Mind Robber a second Doctor story, 3 Doctors was technically a third Doctor story. There is no 4th Doctor story, which definitely leads to speculation on this one. And there's the other stuff there. But yeah, we've got basically there are really almost all the Doctors. Why is there? So there's 6 there. So yeah, we've got 6 plus 1 for 4.
I'd also like to hope this is just the first round that this is, and I feel like they've even spoken in such terms where it's the intention is hopefully there will be more of these, or at the very least, it's an open-ended format. So hopefully they can get stories like this in the future, even if they don't come to them anytime soon.
Right, guys, it's on.
Sure.
Yeah, I've just got the mission, and it's 23:59. I've got my one.
Yeah. Not quite for us, but so for those who don't know what we're doing, bring up the show on your Disney Plus or your BBC iPlayer. We'll be vaguely quiet during the show. Please chit chat in the chit chats.
This time I'm going to wait for you guys because last time I was a minute ahead of you guys. So I'm going to wait till you get it.
Yeah, turn on
So
the background music here, background TARDIS sound, so that you know we're still here.
I mean, you know me, I love to chat during.
Also true. Linking back and forth between.
I just hope I don't have to get another new uniform for unit.
Who knows?
Are you guys up yet?
Should be any second now.
I keep going out and back in.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well.
My tablet, so it doesn't have like refresh.
Oh, hi, Rafael from Brazil.
There we go. I got it. All right, so I'm going to hit play on mine, and we'll catch you guys all on the flip side.
I don't have it yet.
Oh no! My sister has a really good sound system down here.
Check going out and going back in. There we are. All right. I'm going to be setting a timer to go along with mine so that people who keep asking, I can make sure and give a timestamp. Since I'm the one who's going last, I'm the one that we're going to be ending on. So I'm hitting play now.
I'll just restart the 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah, you don't have to. All right. D plus original. BBC, so pretty, rainbow colors, happy pride. If you don't like it, suck it. Wow, we're just starting right away. I'll go down here for a bit, I don't mind. Oh my god, yes. Give it more lines.
We've been getting played.
You gotta appreciate a teaser that wastes absolutely no time in getting to the point. All the stuff you guys have been talking about this whole time, yeah, okay. Which now begs the question, what's the rest of the episode gonna be?
I'm just enjoying this new sound system.
Good for you. The obvious. Bonkers indeed. Love seeing kids work at Doctor Who again. Again, they're talking about Davina McCall, and I thought it was a fictional character. I did not know she's a real woman and a real personality. So that was a very confusing episode for me.
I used to work in Catford.
Just got the Catford thing. I just passed about 10 minutes, by the way, for anyone who's following along. 10 minutes. Oh, they're allowed to say United Nations now. It's a little joke for everyone.
Whoa.
Here we are, a little gift from Mark. You spooky witch. Mm. Ugh, this queen.
So wholesome.
Nah, political. You know, I saw some people complaining about, of all things, like these sets. Like, people just really can't calm down with the annoying things this season. This just looks cool. Look at that whole giant friggin' time window set. Oh my god. Look at this stuff. From Tameside? Girl, I get it. I was in college Christmas Eve 2004.
Standard G36.
That's a lot of snow.
Way more than normal. All right, I've got 20 minutes on my timer for everyone who is watching along with us. So I'd say we are just about halfway through this watch, give or take, depending on how long these international credits are going to be.
Just like Star Trek holodeck.
Mmm. Oh, people are going to complain about that. Bring it back because they're annoying. Ooh, I love the way the hologram looks. It's really easy to just make it look good. Oh! Uh-oh.
Ooh.
All right, I'm at 30. We got explosions. We got weird stuff going on. We all got a few minutes to wrap this stuff up, Russell. Not a few, but less than I'd like.
Now.
Really hard to go from time window to media team, but
Scary flashback for her with that. Very Colin Baker.
oh, Sega ages. We are not watching anything specifically with audio. We are reacting in our own time, and we will have discussion after the podcast.
It's groaning. It's not healthy.
Somewhat squampy. Oh my god, the sun. No, stop it, Susan. Don't dance. I love you, but don't. Oh my god, the things they make people do on stage at these presentations. Has everyone seen the video of the guys from Microsoft in like 1998?
Man, back in 1998, that was the Three Blue Men.
I don't know what you just said. There's no one there. Oh. Oh, I wanted to like you, Harriet. I'm at 40 minutes and 30 seconds, and we are zeroing in, folks. That light's flashed because there's a storm outside. Intimidating.
Oh my word.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Oh, obvious.
Mm. Ooh. Great CG this season, man. Great practical makeup, great costumes, great props. All right, 44 minutes and 5 seconds on that episode. Tight time on that. I wonder whether there is no attached thing. Is there a trailer? Will it be after the credits? I didn't want to hit skip in case it went back to the main page. Do 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 do.
Oh my God. That's what I say to that.
Wow.
So there are people still watching. We should take a few moments break, shall we?
Yeah, I can.
And that answers the question. There is no trailer. There will probably be plenty of trailers up this coming week, though. So that's.
I don't think that will be.
I think there's no way they're not going to have a commercial. That's insane. I don't know what it'll have in it, but that is what I was saying. There is going to be a commercial for next week's episode. So we'll see. I mean, no matter what, Tales of TARDIS is probably going to be one. So
we probably know what that's going to be on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably, but who knows? Who knows? Like Dave was saying, you want to take a bit of a break? Dave already left. I know he didn't. I'm a liar. I'm not a liar. I'm wrong. Very different things.
I think I'm going to grab a nice lolly.
Yes.
You want to take a minute, Dave?
I'm going to take. I think we should take a minute.
All right. Do you want me to hit the I'm going to hit the 2-minute one. No.
It'll just the video will just loop. We do. Oh, we don't have that anymore. Just pop us.
We'll just remove ourselves. Put that up.
Yeah.
Blip, blip. Everyone be quiet. Putting you on the honor system.
And I think we can come back. Boom. So, yeah, that was intense.
Yes.
Spoilers. Yes, we should.
Oh, did you see the thing that I made, Dave? Have you seen the new thing I made? Did you see it?
I didn't see it. Show me.
Well, since we are going to have to warn people.
What's that word you use?
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Spoilers.
Oh, not yet. Spoilers. Sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers.
I like that word.
I thought you might.
I spent a minute on it. I'm pretty proud.
Yes. I know how long those things can be. But yes.
Should have been spoilers, really. That was interesting. Interesting to learn. Not very much. Couldn't find anything. Anyway. So spoilers, especially for people who have not been trolling the news websites or potential spoilers or listening to theories, because a lot of them were referenced in this episode, and some of them came true. That's exciting.
I am shocked that no one put in all of the talk of Sutek. No one put a God of Death together with Empire of Death.
I've been hearing the character of Sutek from places.
Yeah.
I've never heard. I don't think I've specifically directly heard someone say because it's Susan and it's technology, and that felt very on the nose. And I'm surprised I hadn't seen that more. But more specifically, I felt like I had seen people referencing Sutek in the last week because of the spoiler images and the clips from the preview for this week, and like this. And people were like, but then this is used at the very beginning, and no, that's not what it is. Okay.
No, Sutek has been on the table for
the
whole season. And so that's not a surprise. And again, so Pyramid of Mars is what we can expect
from Traveling TARDIS
on Thursday.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just but no, Sutek or Set is God of Death. Why nobody connected that with the title Empire of Death, given how much Sutek has been in the rumor mill? Kind of surprises me. That's one that, like, I've mentioned him a few times because he's just delightful. Is Confused Adipose. I'm surprised he didn't click those together because he's a bright one, and he's done a lot of videos on all of these things. And there was a Trickster reference.
Yes, there was a reference to a lot of the Pantheon. I'm very surprised they mentioned so many, and I like that it was a little bit in the background so we can give and take on some of the ones that were mentioned. That was interesting.
Yeah.
So it's that's
Confused Adipose did do a video yesterday mentioning that it's possible that it could be Sutek.
Yeah. Oh, he's mentioned it many times. It's not just, but yeah, no, it is. Here's what's confusing me. That from the beginning they said there was a third Doctor enemy coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Sutek's a fourth Doctor. So who do we have left that is third Doctor?
I can imagine, but Kevo's not going to like it.
Oh, Omega?
You don't know me. You don't know anything about me.
It begins with letter M.
I'm not guessing. Just say it.
Master was a really big.
I could see it. That's also something that I thought during this episode when they mentioned something at some point. I was like, and it sounds like they're using the Saxon theme again. I could see it. I just think it's too much all at once. But it's a story. I'm down for it.
I was going to say, especially with the tooth, which is still unanswered.
I really appreciate Gareth Scott also mentioning Mrs. Flood, dropping into conversation that she has memory problems. Also all that creepy stuff that she does to Ruby's grandma. So
Yeah.
again, if you're not on the same level as us, we finished. If you haven't, don't be listening to us while you're watching anymore. That was the whole hour that we were doing there. And now we are talking about everything we saw. And Mrs. Flood is creepy. And there's still no answer for that. I'm not assuming that's also Sutek.
Possible. She could be a harbinger.
Yeah.
Separate thing. Who knows?
Could be Irani. Could be the Master. We don't know that much.
Yeah.
But one bit I did not like about this, okay, and that's when Kate Stewart didn't recognise that the Doctor had a granddaughter, which she ever watched the 50th episode. Susan Coleman was actually a picture of her in the Dark Archives, linking to the first Doctor. So, okay, I'll give it. I won't take a point off of it. I'll give it a half a point because it was in the Dark Archives. Because when you walk out, you forget about the Dark Archives. But her photograph was.
We'll have to rewatch that moment, but I feel like it could mean any number of things, and it could even just mean you never talked to my dad about it. It's not necessarily she fully didn't know. And everyone lies on this. Kate is all over the place sometimes. One minute she's absolutely salivating over the Doctor, and then she's like looking like she wants to kill him, and then the next minute again it's do what he says, no questions. Kate Stewart is all over the board, and that is very frequently government military types. So, you know, that's yeah.
Yep.
And she's amazing in person. She won't take any BS, but she's an amazing person.
I did like that, or at least know I couldn't. You could tell that Ruby recognized her. I couldn't quite, which of course time loop. So theoretically they didn't meet, but Ruby remembers that time loop.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if Kate had a moment of recognition or not. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a little fuzzy in there. And that's the thing about this stuff too. We are still trying to figure out and reconcile how everything is going to come together. We keep talking about Tales of the TARDIS. Where's that going to go in the middle of this now?
Mm-hmm.
But I must admit, we have gone through the season listing Fourth Doctor references.
Yep.
From Boom, with the Fourth Doctor stepping on a mine, to Sarah Jane's coat.
Mm-hmm.
So we have seen a sort of underline on it.
Mm-hmm.
That there is some sort of Fourth Doctor element in this season.
Question.
Wow. Stephanie points out Sutek was creepier when I was a kid in the 70s. Yeah. I looked down at my screen just as for the big reveal, so I missed out. But yeah, it is a very different version of Sutek. I mean, again, this was the early 80s. That's not surprising, but we'll see.
I thought it was late 70s,
or maybe it was even late 70s. I don't remember the exact year.
Period Mars was, because I think Peter Davison took off in the 80s. I'll tell you what is funny when they mention Catford. Okay, I'm not sure if you can bring up the picture. You should put it in the chats.
Mm-hmm.
It was episode 82 or story 82, but I don't have the date handy for Pyramid of Mars.
In Catford, they have a cat on the shopping centre. The reason why I know that is because like one of my first jobs was working in Catford in the shops. And so, yes, they did have a big shoplifting area, which I thought was quite comical because actually working in Catford. Catford is southeast London, almost towards Kent.
Okay.
Yes, mid 70s, maybe later mid 70s. Yeah, so I've got it too late. So yes, mid 70s.
So, what do you guys think of the episode? You looking forward to next week?
I honestly, the thing I'm most curious about is to see what what blows the internet's mind? What are the trolls going to think? I'm legit curious. I think the pacing was frantic. My heart was but not in a bad way. Just in my heart was racing because there was all of these just boom, boom, boom,
and yet so many long lingering scenes, which was very interesting that they were so like taut and like tensely directed and written, even though they were such long scenes. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a question from Leon.
Yeah. We still don't know exactly what is going on with Ruby's mother's face. So that is very curious. They didn't, and that's even what I mean, where I was like, I don't necessarily assume Mrs. Flood and Susan Triad as Sutek are connected because they didn't tell us. Because then I could just as easily assume, is Sutek just Ruby's mom? I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff. I think it is all still in play right now. Something that caught my attention, and I don't know if it caught everyone else's, but the time window, the TARDIS that landed, it is solid. It's the memory of a TARDIS. I'm actually kind of surprised they left so much of that dangling when I feel like it's just a few dots to connect. That's how they're going to get around the TARDIS being held hostage, and this is where the memory TARDIS comes from.
Probably.
That feels like a weird thing to leave for part 2. Or maybe that's what we're going to have answered in Tales of the TARDIS. I don't know.
I think, okay, this is completely a curveball. But what happens is Ruby is the Doctor's daughter.
I have also been wondering about that, yeah.
And then the person who dropped her off was actually Susan Foreman.
Dropping off her own mom. Interesting.
Yeah. Because like when the Doctor was talking to Kate about you didn't know you had a daughter and stuff like that, you said we do it in different ways.
Different order were strange. And I like that was left open-ended too, because, you know, be vague. It's cool. They're aliens. We don't need to firm everything up so much all the time because then people get snotty.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that theory.
What do you guys think of Sutek's new CGI look compared to the old style? I actually like it.
I like it. I want to look again. I want basically as soon as we are finished this episode, I'm
watching Periods of Mars.
Yeah. Well, no, I have that on my computer because I watched it. I was watching it a few days ago because, again, in anticipation of this. But no, I'm going to rewatch this episode. Like we will end. I will be going. I'll go to the TV upstairs without the cool sound so I can do some chores. But I'm turning it right back on, and I will probably watch it several more times before we talk on Tuesday.
I'll probably read about it, but I'm genuinely not going to go watch it unless it is the Tales of the TARDIS episode on Thursday. I specifically, because this is, and the purpose of it being a season 1 is to be able to start here. And that doesn't mean it is disregarding canon from previous seasons, obviously, but they want you to be able to get everything that you need from all the stuff that is fresh. And Tales of the TARDIS being this separate thing that is sort of a spin-off, I qualify, and like the Russell list, like these things, I qualify as, okay, these are things we're being suggested to, but I feel like it is on them to tell me everything I need to know about Sutek and to visually represent that. You know, I get it. I got already from the story. It's significant to the Doctor. I think there's a lot of interesting things that come into play with it. I wonder if this is why everyone's pointing to the Doctor's too scared all the time. Maybe this is why. There's lots of stuff now. So, yeah, I want to just try and focus on the present, and the stuff that we're being told is historically significant of the past.
Yeah. No, that is valid. I've got too much work to do between now and Tuesday, and I'm not going to get any of it done. Like the last couple of weeks have been crazy for me. That's why I haven't done I didn't do the last couple of always a twist at the end gags, because I just haven't had the time, and I'm not going to have the time.
Well, we now know the final twist.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth your psychic capital. You're fine. Because now what's going to happen to Susan Triad? This poor woman. Who knows?
Yeah.
So maybe next week, in fact, we're going to need an in memoriam for her and all of her incarnations. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. No, I'm. Yep. I am blown away by this episode. This, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. This felt more like an anniversary level of, oh my God, than the anniversaries episodes did. For the most part, that is not a slight against them in any way. But this is, if we, it'll depend a little bit on tomorrow. There's Barwood. Okay. Brain. Sorry. If we count this in next week, as long as they stick the landing next week as a single finale storyline, it's gonna be, I think, it's sitting pretty close to the top of my list right now.
I know next week it's 10 minutes longer. The cinema showtime is 54 minutes for the episode.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're literally watching how the cinema's going to do it. Is we're going to put on this week's episode first at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then they're going to roll straight into next week's episode. So
I love hearing 54 because it's still extended, but so many finales are extended too far. We don't need another movie next week. Make it still an episode of television.
Well, to me in the cinema, it will be a movie because it'll be this week's episode plus the 54 minutes.
Yeah.
But then that's what makes it a movie is the 2 episodes, not because imagine watching the 44-minute and 5-second episode as we now know it was timed, and then having to watch 76 minutes like Tales of the TARDIS is going to be on Thursday. Oh, that's long. Ooh, yeah. How long is that story? That'll be interesting to see how much is going to be the bookends and how much is going to be just retelling the pyramid story.
Because it is 4 minutes. That 4 minutes, 4 episodes.
Yeah, and they've been editing them together into stuff, I know.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff that can be cut out of them to cut it down because it's 75 minutes. I'm just going to see if I can drop these into a thing and see how long I've got them for. Oh, not from there. Just because they're handy. Don't actually talk. Stop. 20 minutes, 22 minutes, 19 minutes, 28 minutes is the times for the 4 videos that I have of them. So that is for
80 minutes roughly.
You did it too fast.
Almost 90 minutes. So they're going to have to cut.
Because there still needs to be time for the bookends. Yeah, exactly.
So that's going to be interesting. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, it's there we go. It is. Yeah, it's 90 minutes and 15 seconds of playtime from what I have.
And again, we're assuming.
Yes, we are very much assuming. I can't.
It could be the sound of drums. I don't know.
Actually,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on Tales of TARDIS. It won't even be on schedule, so we don't even know what's going to drop on Thursday. Because normally when it's on BBC, it normally have a schedule, but because it's BBC iPlayer, it'll drop when it drops.
Yeah.
Looks like Aiden Davies should have been the trickster, not some bat guy. So Aiden doesn't know who Sutek is. That's fine. You'll learn who Sutek is. And I think why he was chosen. And again, we think the trickster was mentioned, so there's no saying the trickster won't still appear as Abad, and we've been told this is going to wrap up about 95% of what's going on, and what doesn't get wrapped up is going to smack you up the side of the head, so you'll know what was left for next season.
Which I think feeds back into what Mark is saying. That's where I'm leaning now. I think we're going to introduce another Time Lord. So, you had something, Mark?
It looks like Tales of TARDIS is actually going to be aired on BBC 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so if it's on BBC 4, they should have the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew just dropped a link.
Some article. Oh, yeah.
On the Facebook, through Facebook.
Okay, just copy that. I was just going to have a look at the link.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please do. Because I can't click that.
Yeah, that said Tales of TARDIS, but it doesn't actually tell you what episode it is.
They might not tell until they have to.
But that's what I'm saying. Because normally, when you look at the BBC schedule, they normally give you a synopsis.
I mean, the synopsis is up. It's just the title and what title will be in it. The synopsis is that the Doctor and Ruby pause in the midst of battle to look back on an old story, basically, something like that. But like it literally says they pause in the midst of battle. So that's where I'm like, where in this episode are they going to stop, have a little flashback thing? How is it going to interact with the main show if that is a spinoff? Because it's really ridiculous to require someone to go watch something on BBC 4 for the season finale. So I doubt it'll be required viewing.
Yeah, BBC 4 is like one of their like least channels that people watch.
And even people who have iPlayer, they don't assume people are going to want to go and watch this thing, even if they're a Doctor Who fan. They're watching Doctor Who, not a million things.
I do not remember which scene seemed like Pyramid of Mars and the Devil's Cord. Which one are we talking here? Just the if you could just kind of pop in there, Justin.
Yeah, Justin, I'd be interested to know too.
Because I've watched it, but again, do I not within weeks of Devil's Cord, right? So I'm not connecting all of the dots. I'm excited to connect all of the dots. We got so much to do. Oh my God, we've got to. After next week, we need to start coming up with plans. We do have plans, for the record, over here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for a couple of episodes. We got a couple of guests lined up. We do have some shows lined up after this series, this season ends. But we got to come up with a plan to tackle all of what this season was, because wow.
Okay, what is interesting?
Oh, traveling forward in time to see the destruction. That bit. Okay. Yep.
I'm not sure if this one will work, but you got the Tales of the TARDIS at 8:00 UK time on BBC 4. Then straight after at 21:15. So that's going to be an hour and 15 minutes. So
yeah, I said at the start of this that it's 76 minutes long. We also knew that.
Yeah. It's David Tennant talking about the classic Doctor era as well, straight after Tales of TARDIS.
Interesting. Is
David,
that a new special or is that an old one?
I think that's a repeat. Yeah, it's got an R on it. It's a repeat. I'm going to drop a link in. I'm just not sure whether or not you guys can pull it out.
Because I knew I saw that like 10 years ago back for the 50th. So I think it's...
Yeah, it's a repeat.
They're still using it.
Right, Kevo, can you see if you can access that link at all?
I do see, just because we can kind of see where some of our viewers are. If you are watching us over on X, please pop over to our YouTube channel. Give it a subscribe if you haven't already. But there you can talk to us, so you can see us bringing up comments and addressing comments in the thing. We can't do that from X. It doesn't give us the options. So pop on over to the Legend of Traveling TARDIS on YouTube, and we can you can be part of the become part of the legend and part of the conversation.
Far away in time, on board an old remembered TARDIS, the Doctor and Ruby pause in battle to reflect on their recent adventures. So on their recent adventures is also something I keep forgetting that, yes, in fact, is mentioned. So I don't know how much of this is going to be specifically focused on this season, even potentially, or how much of it is going to be interweaving stuff from classic to help fill people in. I really am fascinated that out of the 5 stories that Russell said to watch for the finale, 2 of them are Stephen Moffat stories from after he left. So that is also something that is significant to think about. He is not just making sure to honor classic. He paid attention to and is making sure to honor everything that came after it. Because my dad's cool.
Yeah. Stephanie asks, how will international audience get to see Tales of the TARDIS?
We will not.
Officially, we will not. The bookends will find their way onto YouTube. I think the Doctor Who YouTube channel, I think, had put the previous ones out. No, wasn't the official one? They'll make their way onto YouTube.
It's not out currently.
But
otherwise, they're not being litigious.
Yes, exactly. Have you seen the Return of the Sea Devils? What are they? They're pirates. I'm just tossing that out.
Wink with an eye patch. You got to do what you got to do.
That is how you'll watch it. It'll be out there, but it will take some work.
There's always a possibility of having some fall-ons, having a picnic on a network somewhere.
Yeah, but officially, it is a UK exclusive thing, so it is not going to be vital to what we are watching, but it will definitely be impactful if it is what we think it is. Everyone's keeping bringing all of these questions. I love it. Thank you, everybody who's commenting in here. Comments about Susan, comments about Mrs. Flood. Yeah, there's so much we have to wrap up.
I think Tuesday's episode, I think we might have to do a 2-hour-long special just to get through this episode.
We might. Yeah, like next Tuesday, or do you think, or this Tuesday?
This Tuesday coming, just to get our head around before the last episode.
Possibly.
And Susan?
Yeah, no, Mrs. Flood definitely, she looked evil, all right. Yep, David, you're right.
We still don't know whether or not Rani is coming back, if she's coming back. That's another Time Lord.
Yeah.
Or maybe Ruby's the daughter of Romana. Because all we know is that Romana 2 went into E-space through the gateway.
Yeah.
So many questions. So many things we can think about.
I do kind of agree with Andrew, at least at this current point, that I'm glad that the Susan reveal wasn't what we thought it was. I think at this point it will be very disappointed if Susan doesn't come up at all again. This was a lot of using a name of a character that people are very excited about to not deliver.
Yeah.
So if we don't see her at all, I know that she was recently announced to be in some Big Finish audios that are coming up. So maybe that's even specifically why. But yeah, such an iconic character.
So someone into that. I'm just popping in here to double check things here. There's a comment if Horace would return. And Horace was not on a televised. We have not seen Horace. We have just heard about, and he's in Words from 9 Divinities, the audio drama. But that being said, I mentioned this on Tuesday. That Rogue's ship looked very much like the Royal Falcon, like an Egyptian Royal Falcon. That is. So I'm really curious if we're going to see for technically the first time Horace, because
I also wonder, going back to classic Q on is it the Greatest Show Galaxy?
Greatest Show in the Galaxy, yeah.
Where the Doctor plays in front of the 3 gods. In the Amphitheater.
He plays in front of a lot of people a lot of times. I don't believe that one was God's, that one.
There were statues, weren't there?
There was definitely something. I'd have to go back. I remember. I just can't remember exactly who he...
Yeah.
And
anyone in the comments?
That's a huge element of this and fandom for me as well. Andrew, comment has got to Ragnarok. Is that what you're thinking of?
Possibly.
Yeah. So it won't be Egyptian gods. Okay, that's fine.
You know,
that I could... No. Egyptian gods would be sirens.
Nico and I really love watching the sitcom Modern Family on a loop. It's nice, it's fun, it's pretty consistent throughout, and we think that there's a lot of really smart and clever jokes in it. They really generally have a very fine attention to continuity, but it's also a sitcom, and it falls into traps of things like one child has an allergy to soy. It never comes up again except for the one time it's a gag. Anyone who knows what it's like to live with a deadly food allergy knows that that's not something that comes up once as a goddamn gag. That's something that you live with. Someone having a nut allergy isn't a joke you made in one episode. But it's a sitcom. It's a TV show. And like I'm completely at my limit of people being like, this one time because the doctor said in 1982 this thing and there was a picture in the background of this one scene, we can never tell this story. And Doctor Who is ruined. Like, I'm exhausted. It's exhausting. It must be exhausting feeling that way all the time and not being able to just enjoy art. I'm sorry, but like, I just want to enjoy the art. And it's constantly, every week there is something on every show, it feels like. And I don't know when people stop being able to enjoy art. But I promise everyone is not a critic either.
Fair. No, there's definitely. So I'm just kind of flipping through here. The flood in waters of Mars, maybe, which connects to the pyramid of Mars. Is there a god of flood?
Thinking.
Don't think off the top of my head, but I'd have to look. My Egyptian mythology is not my strongest pantheon.
What are you thinking, Dave?
Huh?
What were you thinking about with the Egyptian pantheon?
Oh, I'm just. Steve had asked a question with if there's a god of floods, and I'm like, I don't think so.
There's a lot of pyramid stuff throughout Doctor Who.
I know the crocodile god. I'm not sure whether or not he was to do with floods, but I think the Greek gods actually took him on board as being Dionysus from the Egyptian pantheon. I know that. I can't remember who the crocodile god name is, but I'm sure that they picked him up from the Egyptian pantheon and made him Dionysus, which is a god of theatre.
Yep, and wine.
Was it Dionysus in Egyptian mythology?
No, Greek.
Yeah, okay, that's where I was confused. He got picked up and
he got picked up and renamed.
Yeah.
Okay, fun, good for him.
There's definitely boatmen into the afterlife and stuff. There's a lot. Like I said, I think I don't want to end this episode because we're having a good time. Sobek is somebody. Just seeing Tom in there. Leonard mentioned it. I don't want to end this because we're having great conversations, but also we're just kind of spinning our wheels.
Sobek is a crocodile god.
Okay.
And he controlled the waters.
Andrew says Happy is the god of floods. So there we go. Yeah, no, there's just so much.
I think if I have a concern, whenever they're super quiet and under wraps about the next episode, I'm always concerned about like how much of it is just going to be buying for time and having fun, and how much of it is going to be like there was so much at so many points in this episode. And like Last of the Time Lords is fun, but it's a lot of buying time for a conclusion. And with a title like Empire of Death, and with ending on a cliffhanger like this, where the bad guy is so primed, like how much is there going to be left that's going to be, like Mark pointed out, 54 minutes?
It's I I really think the name comes from the Sutek reference, but hard as far as that goes. But no, the pacing of this and just looking, I mean, again, just look through. There we, yeah, Happy was the god of the annual flooding of the Nile. There we go. But yeah, no, if we just look at the comments section, we can see how many questions there are that are still out there. And we've been promised, not that we believe anything that RTD says, that about 95% of our questions should get resolved next week. I don't want to say we have been played. He is a master manipulator, and it was just the things that have been coming up is like it's not resolution of storyline. It was resolution of fan theories that were filmed 2 years ago.
So I guess he knew what was going to happen.
Exactly. Like there's a glorious, one of the best scenes arguably in She-Hulk was when she's going through the computer at all of these horrible troll comments about She-Hulk in world in the show, and they just straight up mirrored what was the comments that were happening on the actual, like, in the real world. Same thing with this. RTD knew dang well what was gonna, what rumors are gonna fly. There is a decent chance that he started half of the rumors, and we might get him, after next week going, yeah, sorry guys, I played y'all, because that's what it feels like. Like we got played, but in such a good way.
Especially in this day and age more than ever, you actually need to lie because people leak things. Yep. And, you have to question whether or not a leak is genuine, or is it misdirect? How many things have been misdirect? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we've watched the episode. We're talking about it right now. So if you have not watched the episode yet, you may get some spoilers throughout here, but feel free once we end this to rewind to the beginning and watch it with us. We started this about 15 minutes before the showtime.
I was pretty good about vocal timestamps, so when you see us put up the episode cover and start clickety-clacking in, I let you know when I get started, and I shout out times for you so you can follow a song along a little bit so you don't have to watch alone.
Exactly.
Here's a good question. Since we got the Star Trek reference back in like one of the episodes, do you reckon we'll get a Stargate episode? I'm just joking.
I mean, Jim many comments ago did in fact mention that he's currently in the middle of watching the SG-1 episode with Seth.
Connecting to the gods. Interesting.
Yeah, if you want to toss which season and episode that is, so I can go hunting through my DVD collection and not have to hunt through all of them, I would certainly appreciate that. Just saying, personally. But it's interesting because if you follow me on Instagram, TheRatHole.ca, I actually put a picture up. I've been writing about different Doctor Who books. My review of Doctors in Dalek, I'm going to be sharing out to the Legend of Traveling TARDIS page as soon as this is over. I got delayed, so I didn't do it earlier today from last week. But as I was writing that, I straight up had my Stargate SG-1 role-playing game in my pile of stuff.
Ooh.
Because that's how, when I do a review on role-playing games, quite often I will have, here's all of the books from the, all of the books that I have for whatever system. Here's like maybe a related system. Here's a bunch of stuff that's topically the same. It's crazy. And I talked about Pyramid of Mars in that review of Doctors and Daleks. It was their Alien Archive book from Cubicle 7. And yeah, so I had mentioned, Pyramid of Mars, here's all these connections with Sutek. Here's Sutek in the Doctor Who role-playing game, in the Fourth Doctor. Here's him in Doctors and Daleks. Here's and here's some topical stuff from Stargate, which was also a 5th edition book built system. So it's just connecting all of these different things together, and that's kind of just how my brain works when I review a role-playing game. Is I've just got stacks of books. The little old gnome with all their tomes. That's me.
You're not a gnome, you're a
I will
wizard.
recreate that as a photo at some point.
You've got a white beard, you wear a hat, you travel a lot. You are 5,000% a wizard, sir.
I shall not pass.
Yes.
No, I bet you let everyone pass because you're a good guy. Yeah.
Go back to the comments here. JG said, "Will the other gods of the pantheon appear?" I'm if I had to put bets down, I would still be putting a dollar on the trickster still appearing.
I need to rewatch.
And then wondering if that was the trickster anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying. That's why I would guess that that's gonna come up again. But other than that, I would not expect to see the rest. We would have both Jinx Monsoon and Neil Patrick Harris are too big of a name that them returning would not set off flags in the rumor mill.
Agree.
I don't think that and both being American, just being seen again in the UK and Wales specifically. No, I don't think those are going to reappear unless they filmed extra footage
in advance.
Exactly. I mean, all of this was filmed a couple of years ago, so it is entirely plausible that they did do that. It's also entirely plausible that they popped open a sound studio in LA and just shot a couple of things there. I doubt that, but so I don't think outside of the trickster, or someone new, I don't think we're going to see more of the pantheon. Dave the Blue Wizard. I am very rarely a blue wizard. It just happens to be one of my Doctor Who shirts.
What color wizard do you want to be, Dave?
I don't know. I'm usually black because I'm
dark.
Exactly. Yes, that's my.
Oh, that's Samurai Jack?
Yep. Christian's delightful solo. Christian's delightful missus picked this up for me.
Nice.
So cool.
Last time I had visited them, I was like, that is perfect. I want that. This is something I would totally want to see as far as a crossover goes.
Talking about Blue Wizard, there was an old 80s cartoon film called Flight of Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen it. It was like done by a guy called Peter Dickinson. And they put it into animation as books and everything on it. And they had the 4 color wizards, like the yellow one, the green one, the red one, the blue one, and each of the different wizard colors had different realms to control.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really nice. The animation, far dated, but the storyline's really good. I'm not sure if anyone else has watched.
I'm not crazy enough to be a brown wizard. I know that. Although I Sylvester McCoy is one of my favorite doctors, so yeah, and yeah, him as the brown wizard was extra fun. Yeah, there's just so many things here. And I'm not where I can normally power my computer as well. So I may drop out in the next few minutes, even if you guys want to continue. I think we're at a point where we can kind of wrap things up.
Yeah, it's 1:30. I've got to be on set by about 8:30.
Exactly. Like all of you that are watching from all over the world. We've got people from Australia, UK, Brazil, Canada, all through the US. So thank you guys, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this live watch party and getting in on the comments. Like that's just, it's been wonderful. I love it. Please come back Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. which puts that's 11 p.m.
UK time.
for UK people. You can do your math from there. But we will be talking more of us will be on the show, and more of us will be talking about this episode. And then again next week, same time, same TARDIS channel.
Perhaps
we'll do
extra.
the
We've been
watch party.
discussing for Tales of the TARDIS, depending on if we get our hands on it and get in the mood. We'll
Fingers
see.
crossed. I've got some stuff in the works, trying to get my work some magic to get it. Whether we talk about it on Thursday night, because that should drop at about 1 p.m. I think my time. I think it drops about 3 p.m. Eastern, if I've done my math right. Because 8 o'clock British time, I believe. So I've got a couple of hours to try and track it down before our side of the pond goes to bed. But if we'll talk about it Friday before the finale. There's a reasonable chance that will happen either way. But yeah, so please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to us. Well, subscribe to all the places, but subscribe to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
The Tron video?
There we go.
No? Okay.
Oh, sorry. What was that? Oh,
I didn't know you were hitting the Tron video.
No, I'm not going to hit the Tron video. I was just putting that up. But yeah, subscribe to the Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Hit the bell. We very rarely say hit that bell. We should, hit that bell so that you know that we are live next week, or if we go on live randomly on next Thursday, and you're getting those notifications, you can come and join us. In the meantime, do you have anything interesting, Candyman, between now and Tuesday?
I'm like literally doing a story. I'm not sure you can see that.
New units.
So I'm doing a little bit of filming with JWE, and we're doing another unit story tomorrow. Hence why I need to be up early in the morning.
Nice.
4 hours. And it's Happy Father's Day on Sunday. I'm not sure in the UK. I'm not sure you do the same in the US or Canada.
Why are our Mother's Days different? Our Father's Days are the same.
I don't know. I think it's
That's
just
so weird.
I know Spain has a different day on Mother's Day. They swap the Mother's Day and Father's Day around as well. Each country has different days.
This is the internet, not America, Kevo.
What?
This is the internet, not America. We're all over the place. We don't always have to all have the same.
No, I know, but UK has different Mother's Days, but it's weird that UK and America has the same Mother's Day. That's all.
No, when's your Mother's Day?
Alec.
Ours is in May.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our Mother's Day. I think it's March.
I was going to say I think yours is in March. You think yours is during International Women's Month, actually. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Mine's around the time my mom died. It's really depressing.
So.
Very relatable.
Exactly, but
where will you be, Kevo? Because you're always running around doing shows and everything.
Always running around, whether I am helping out here or I'm on my own network. You can find me at X's for Show. Tomorrow we are going to be talking, as we often do. Yeah. No, it's fine. I got it. This is what I do on my show. I am the producer, sir. And yeah, we've been talking about Drag Race. It's been a pretty good season. We just found out this season is going to be twice as long as we had originally thought. So that's fun. So we'll see if TK was right about that, though. I still haven't seen evidence, but I trust him and I love him. So that's been fun. We're also going to be talking at some point, I'm not sure if it's this Sunday, but soon, about the DC animated movie Batman Gotham by Gaslight. They talked about the comic, or are talking about the comic, over on X's for Podcast, which is our podcast feed. And we watched the movie. It was mostly really good, and then it was really terrible. Why? Come join us and find out, because we have a lot of thoughts about Gotham by Gaslight. So yeah, X's for Show. Come check it out.
Excellent. As for me, you can find me at TheRatHole.ca on my website. And it's either the URL.ca or DOTCA, depending on the on the social media platform, like YouTube, for example, is DOTCA. You can see down there because they don't like having a dot in there. Most recently, as I said, I did just put up a review for Doctors in Dalek's Alien Archive, and I'll be sharing that out on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS Facebook feed tonight. It is already on my Facebook feed and all of my other social medias as well. I'm going to be popping this out on my feeds here in a minute. TheRatHole.ca/DWRPG/60 years. This is the 60 years of adventure books. One for the classic era, one for the new era, for which I am up for a Origins Award. So I'm heading off to thank you. Heading off to Columbus to do that. There's a look at all of the best media production people. There's some great people there. So if you are in Columbus, keep an eye out for me. If you see me from behind, I'll be wearing one of my Quidditch jerseys. It'll say Paparazzo. It'll have number 99 on it. I'll be around a fair bit all the time. So please stop and say hello. I'd love to meet more of our viewers. I've gotten to meet a few of them over the years, including Mark. When I went over to the UK, met a few. He's not the only one I met over in the UK, but he was definitely my favorite. Just saying.
We love our little travels around London.
Yeah, it was so much fun. My friend was just over there, and he said, "Oh, you got to go check out Danger Mouse's house and the blue plaque." He didn't even he had been at the Sherlock Holmes Museum and did not even know didn't even think about it. And he's like, "Oh, maybe I'll get back there." He did not get back there. But yes, thank you guys all for thank you both for coming out. Thank everybody who's been watching. Again, if you are watching this over on X, please pop over to the YouTube channel and give us a subscribe so that you can be part of the conversation, like all of these other wonderful commenters, and we can actually bring you up on camera, or not on camera, but on your comments up on the screen, and we can do that. So for example, David's thing asking if Jenny's maybe her mother. That is not an unreasonable guess. So we will see. Hopefully, that is something we'll get resolved next week as well. And I think are we gonna let? There's no reason for Tony to play us out, is there? We're not really doing anything.
It's a good tune, though.
It is. Also true. We love Tony, so let's do that.
Gays make this show.
Exactly. So yes, again, June is on Tuesday, and Tony, take it away.